Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Today's title is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I hope you guys will have fun with this subject and really get to understand how it really changed my perspective, my paradigm, and really got me to think on how to build a business, okay? And so I'll wait for some people to get on here. And there's Craig. Happy Saturday to you, Craig. Thank you very much for getting on here. And hello, my love. There's my love, Terry. Hi, John. How are you? Great to see you guys. Okay, so Eric, Melody, how you doing? Love you, Melody. Hope everything's going awesome. Amazing, Melody. Norma, Dustin. All right, I can see the people are on here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, Jennifer. And again, the title today is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, this happened in, golly, it'd have to be 1995, right? So understand that I've been in business, network marketing for quite a while. And I always made more money than I made as an auto mechanic. And I constantly had this deal where, I would go out and market, and then, it seemed like I could never motivate my group to do what I was doing. And man, I was a hustler, man. I was, really a hustler. But what ended up happening is I kept finding myself sort of, in a way, getting burnt out. You know what I mean? And at this time, I believe that I was already in like 4 different companies or 5 and trying to start over. And I started building it, and someone, in fact, Mike Hickman, I believe, that lives in Georgia, told me about this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And of course, it's one of the biggest ones. I think I went and looked yesterday when I talked about this subject. And I think he's got like 73,000 5-star reviews. And I almost purchased the book, and I think I'm going to now because there's a 20-year anniversary. And so I think that they said that he rewrote some things. So hi, James. Hi, Lisa, Mary, Jim, George, Pam, Kai, Scott Kloster, the Reacher. And one of the things that I realized as I was reading that book is I want to share a story with you that really changed the way I thought. And in the book, hi Ron, how you doing? And in the book, it talked about where his poor dad was a person that leaned really heavy on education, go to school. In fact, his father, I believe at one time was not only a professor, but actually a dean for a university in Hawaii. And his very best friend, his father was like the wealthiest person in Hawaii. And so he always got these really neat perspective of how his poor dad thought and his rich dad thought. And so one of the stories in the book that I just love is he said, listen, becoming successful, I love this statement, becoming financially successful in the world is super easy. And the reason that there's not more people that are successful is because nobody is trying. Nobody is trying. And so one of the things that you will realize, J. Paul Getty was one of these people that said that. And when you're driving down the 405 in California and you see the J. Paul Getty Museum, you start to realize that there were some people that really figured this out. And one of the things is he said, just find a need and fill it. And we do this in understanding and marketing. So how do you find a need and fill it? It's very simple. You got to be aware of what people are complaining about. What people are constantly, all day, every day on social media, what are they complaining about? And when you find people that have these problems, then what you need to do is find a solution. So let's make sure we talk about Robert Kiyosaki and Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And so he loved to surf, and he was in school, and he always heard everyone complaining about their wallet. Their wallet, they would put their wallet in their pocket, and it was leather. And so what it would do is it would, mess all up, and what leather does when it gets wet. And so he came up with a concept that, hey, what I'm going to do is make it out of a fabric that's water resistant, and I'm going to make it Velcro. So believe it or not, Robert Kiyosaki, came up with the idea of the Velcro wallet. All right. And this is with all his surfing buddies, in Hawaii. And so one of the things that he did is he found someone to be able to make the wallet, where I'm just going to use a round number, $10. And he found people that could actually, make it for like, $2. And so every time he sold a wallet, he would make $8. And so he was really, really excited to tell his, rich dad that, hey, listen, I found something that I could do. I found a need and fill it. I came up with this Velcro wallet, and I'm sending it to people that spend a lot of time in the water. And so the guy said, awesome. And he said, so what are you selling them for? It sort of sounds like a deal on Shark Tank, right? And he said, so what are you selling them for? I'm selling them for $10. Okay, well, great price. And what are you making them for? $2. And he goes, okay, so you're making $8 a wallet. And he said, so on your best day, what did you do? Now, you got to imagine, this is in the 70s, right? And he's in high school. And he said, my God, I sold 20 wallets. And he goes, that's $160 for a day. And he goes, oh my God, that's amazing. And he goes, I know. He said, so I can go out and make $160, bam, just like that, I can make the money. And he says, so he goes, so each and every day you go out, you can make $160 a day. And he goes, great. And he says, now let me explain to you leverage. See, my mentor did this when I was selling water filters. So I knew that everyone needed a water filter. I knew that everyone had bad tap water. I had the third-party documentation. So now I just needed to get in the door, show them the difference in the water, how bad it was, and then let them try out the water filter. It was called the puppy dog sale. So, I remember doing okay and starting to sell some units. And my rich dad at this time, my mentor, did the same thing to me. So this is why it really opened up my eyes. And he said, so out of all the kids that you know, do you think that any one of them need to make extra money? Listen to me closely. Some of you are going to miss this. I know you're going to miss it. Do you know of any one of the guys that you hang around that would like to make extra money? And he goes, I'm sure there is. And he goes, now imagine this. You could actually tell these guys that they could sell the wallet for more than $10. And he said, what you could do is take $3 from each wallet. If they sell it for 10, right, they would make $5. So if they went out and sold 20 wallets like you did, they would make $100. Now, here's where it really gets cool. Tell the guys that if they're hustlers, that if they wanted to sell it for more than $10, they could. And if they did, that money would go in their pocket. Oh my God. And so right away, because he came from a employee mentality, so the one thing that they talk about is the cash flow quadrant. I just went to Google and put in cash flow quadrant and clicked on images and printed that right before I got on here. So a lot of people, when they hear about business, they come from the employee mentality. They come from the employee and also the consumer mentality. All right? And so when people first hear about, why should I tell anybody about this? Because if I tell anybody about this, then they become my competitors. So I'm just going to buy the product, sell the product, 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 buy the product, sell the product. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm not telling you not to do that. But like Rich Dad said to Robert Kiyosaki, is he said, listen, while you're doing that, you could find people and say, hey, listen, do me a favor. Do you know of anybody that would like to make an extra $100 a day? Or an extra $100 a week? Or a couple of $100 a month? Yeah, I know some people. Me. Well, listen, I make over $160 a day by selling these Velcro wallets. What I can do is I can sell them to you, listen closely, for $5. For $5, you could sell them for 10. If you sold 20 a day like I did, you could make $100. If you wanted to sell them for more, you could make more. Because most people are employee minded. I want to buy something, sell something, buy something, sell something. And so the rich dad said, so imagine this. Do you think you could get 10 guys that wanted to make $100? And he goes, yeah, so that's 10 people times 20 wallets. That's 200 wallets times $3. That's $600 a day. What? Are you telling me I could get 10 people and show them what I did, and when they make $100 a day because now I got 10 people out there? Yeah, but it gets better. What if you did it with 20 people? And get this, you don't have to go out and sell the product, order the product, sell the product, order the product, sell the product, order the product. So when Bill said that, my mentor said to me, he goes, Robert, how much you make per filter? I said, $60. He says, how many people do you know that need an extra $60 right now? How many people do you know that if they wanted to sell one a week, that would be $240? Oh my God, everyone I know got inflation, got, gas prices. Oh my God, if I found people that wanted to make extra money, wow. So see, what that then turned me into is self-employed. See, a lot of people are going to miss this because what I was doing is I did everything for them. It was weird, this thing that happens to human beings when all of a sudden they bring people in, they feel like they own them. They'll even say, my group, my people, the people that are working for me. So if that's the deal, then they have to train them. They want to do the presentation. They're doing the recruitment. They're doing everything. So now you got this group of people and you're adding people, and then some people don't want to make any more money. I don't want to work that hard, and they quit. Then you add some more, and then those people work for a little bit, and they get burnt out, and they quit. And then you bring some more in, they work for a little bit, and then they quit. Because if you need to make money, then you got to do this every day. You got to do this every week. You got to do this every month. Are you guys getting this? And so they'll come in, they'll make some money, and then they seem to disappear. Now, a lot of you would say, well, if you need to make more money, why wouldn't you just work harder? That's not human nature. Human nature is sometimes doing just as little as possible. I know some of you are going to watch this live or recorded, but a lot of people are going, God, what if I could just make a little bit of money just to cover my bills, and I'll do as little as possible, and that's all I'll do. Like, none of you know people that just do the bare minimum at their job. In fact, some people are professionals in finding out how little they can do to keep their job. And so that's human nature. And so that was me. I was bringing in people and then they would leave. And I'd bring people in and then they would leave. And I'd bring people in and then they would leave. Some of you might be getting this. All right. So when I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I went, oh my God, what is this business owner? What is this business owner? So if I made enough money to invest, what if I had extra money? If you guys are like me, it's hard to invest money. Listen closely. It's hard to invest money when you don't have any money. And so I'm going, I'm being self-employed. That's what I'm doing. I'm being self-employed. What I need to do is I need to find other people like me, or listen closely, better than me, that wanted to build a team, and teach those people how to build a team. So now instead of me having a little group and it disappeared, a little group and then it disappeared, then a little group and then it disappeared. Now all of a sudden, I'm asking those people, who do they know that's the sharpest person that they know? I know people that want to make, $500,000 a year. I know people that want to make $1 million a year. And I started what is called taprooting, but I started looking for more people that wanted to be business owners and investors, not just self-employed, because I was doing the business and I was self-employed. And when I hit that and did that, then I started finding people, because here's the next step to the story. So then you go to the people that are hustlers, because there's this rule that about 20% of your people will make you 80% of your money. That's a whole different video. So 20% or 10% of your people will make you 90% of your money. So then I got this great idea. Oh my God, if I found people and I could teach them how to find people that want to make $100 a day or $100 a week, and I could get them to show those people, then they could make $600 a day. Wow. And once you got a person to a full-time income, then they never, ever, ever wanted to go back and get a job. They're like ruined. There's this incredible statement I love saying is, once you experience a luxury, it becomes a necessity. Do you know that Terry and I are unemployable, and we've been unemployable virtually our whole entire lives? I can't go get a job. And to think that our income right now is like $3,200 a day. If you divide our income, that's over $3,200 a day that Terry and I made. Because we don't have a group of 300 people. We don't have a group of 3,000 people. We got a group of 20,000 people. Some of you will get this, but some of you are going, I'm just going to sell the product, 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 buy the product, sell the product. And I'm not telling you not to do that. Most people, when they hear me say this, go, oh, so you just want me to find people that want to make money. Yeah, because once you teach someone how to earn income, they want to earn it all the time. It wouldn't make a difference if it was sprays. It wouldn't make a difference if it was clothes. It wouldn't make a difference if it was makeup. It wouldn't make a difference if it's CBD product. It doesn't make a difference if it's FFX. You got to get people, and you got to help them go from employee to self-employed to business owner. Are you guys getting this? So then I thought, wow, how can I duplicate faster? And that's when I started saying, man, I got to make this, I got to reduce this to the ridiculous. I got to make every step I do so simple and duplicatable. I got to stop being the deal. I got to stop being the presenter. I got to stop being the trainer. I got to stop being the end-all person to my entire team. I need to take the time to find people that want to find people that want to find people. Are you guys getting this? And when I did that, that's all of a sudden when my income tenfolded, went up 10 times. And what was really great about it is the people that I was sharing this with all of a sudden had a pop. And it was like, they don't need to call me. They're not calling me with problems. Oh, Robert, my group is having these problems. Because that's when you know that a person is trying to be the end all to their people. Is because what they'll do is they'll call you and say, hey, all my people are having these problems, and I need your help in helping my people. Because people reach out to me and I'm going, that's a great problem for customer service. I want to teach people to be independent affiliates. I don't want to teach them to be dependent on me. Some of you are not going to like this statement, but some of you are like babysitters. If each and every day you have to explain to a person why they need to do this for themselves, why they need to do this for their family, why they need to do this for their legacy, if each and every day you have to paint the picture to them to get them enthusiastic and excited of what their future is going to be, that is the wrong frickin' person. That is the wrong person. You want to find people that go, now wait a minute, hang on a second. Are you trying to tell me that there's people in this company that make $1 million plus a year? Yeah, there's over 20 of them. They get plaques. And you get to learn directly from them? Yes, I do. Okay, wait a minute. You're learning from someone that makes millions a year. Yeah. And you're not doing what they tell you to do? What is wrong with you? Can you introduce me to that person? That's the people you want to find. You want to find, but see, those people are not fun to talk to. Because they're looking at you and going, I don't understand. How long have you known this guy? Oh my God, I've known this guy for years. And you have made a conscious decision in your mind and in your heart just not to learn to do it that way. Yeah, I'm sort of rebellious. I want to, I got a lot of teachers and a lot of books and a lot of stuff, and I'm sort of trying to feel out my way. Yeah. Please just introduce me to this dude. Because when I met my mentor and he showed me what he was making, I asked him exactly what to do, and that's all I did all day long. I knew it would take a while for me to get good at it. Just like Jim Rohn said at the beginning, if people were getting 3 out of 100, I was probably lucky if I could get 1 out of 1,000. But I knew that if I went through the numbers and followed the perfect deal, that I would start getting results. And when I got results, it built my confidence. I've done a video about that, where all of a sudden my belief now kicked in with my potential. That got me excited. I went into more action and got more results. And now I'm addicted to results. I'm addicted to finding the right people that just say, enough is enough. I'm not living this way anymore. I'm tired of being in a business where other people are living a lifestyle and traveling all over the world and giving millions to charities, and I just sit around and do nothing. So that's my rich dad, poor dad story. When I read the book, I applied it. I realized that I had a lot of this mentality and a lot of this mentality. I didn't have this mentality or this mentality. One of the reasons for this is just awareness, to be aware that if you consistently keep attracting people that you got to babysit and they don't want to do this, and you got to keep motivating them, they're the wrong damn people. But here's the cool thing. You can still help them out by telling them you'll help them find the right people. And with this kind of comp plan with MDC, with the incredible products that we have, you need 2 people. You need flipping 2 people to go to super affiliate in this company. But most people want to babysit. You make good money selling product. You make awesome product. We were just talking about it. You could make an extra $600, $600,000, maybe even $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Now, you got to find new customers to do that over again. Or you could do that and also build a group and find the right people. And then, boom. So, there's my story on Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Once I read the book, I applied it immediately. I started making everything I did duplicatable. And then what I did is I started going out there. Do me and Terry sell this product individually? Yes. Yes, we do. So don't mess up my message. But we spend a lot of time finding people that will buy this product and then doing our best to make them aware that they need to change what they do. Most people don't listen. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. Me, I had already been in network marketing for 5-7 years. I was tired of building, rebuilding, building, rebuilding, building, rebuilding, building, rebuilding, building, rebuilding. I was tired of that. I was going, how in the hell did these people make that money? So when the student was ready and I didn't want to live that life of being a hustler all the time, things changed for me and they can change for you. I love and appreciate you. Again, share this video with people that you know that it'll help. You can also go, thank you very much, Craig, for sharing with people on how to go to roberthollis.com /free, get a copy of my book. And a lot of the other trainings that we're doing, I had a person ask me, wow, I heard you did an Ask Me Anything. Yeah, it's you go to roberthollis.com /free and you can get it there. So, love and appreciate you. I believe in you. I know you can do it. And if no one's ever given you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. So please send this video to every babysitter you know. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.